In today's video, I'm going to be working with this vacuum cleaner. Now, this came into my hands from... So I'm about to point out something, and if you're a qualified electrician within Australian borders, would you please comment, because this was his repair. Now, I've got my own things to say about that, but let me put it this way. Walking home, this popped out a couple of times, about 3. Yeah, people have sort of been carrying it around like that. To be fair, the vacuum cleaner is like this because it was explained that people were dragging the vacuum cleaner around by the power cord. Not the best thing, so this is already stuffed. Now, I'm going to try to plug this in and see what happens right now. Probably shouldn't do that. That's better. Yep, nothing. Which is sad, but it's the ugly truth. This is post, and I forgot to mention a few things regarding Australia and its laws. But before that, it's effectively something like 32 today. It's muggy outside, the humidity feels like it's spiked, and in the room I'm in, it is just very uncomfortable. Yikes. As for Australian standards, to do something like this, you do have to have gone through some training. And in order to put this into back into service, someone would have to first fix the minor things I did wrong with my repair. And then they'd have to turn around and run it through what's called a pat tester, which is effectively tag and test. Once that's complete, well, there's nothing wrong. I mean, the cable's going to be better, but yeah, appliance repair is a short course with the training organizations in my country. You'd have to go through becoming an electrician in order to do that sort of module. As I understand, at least in my state, there isn't like a separate thing you can run through. So yeah. Anyway, with all that done, I feel safe using the machine myself, but if push comes to shove and I have to replace the cable, I'm going to have to do a better job at restoring it. Anyway, back to the video. So first, I'm going to get that off my chest. Careful. Careful. What I would love to have done in this video was to take a manufacturer's a replacement part and replace it. Unfortunately, I discovered that the part's not available. You can't buy this from Karcher. They don't sell it. What they do, however, is charge you about $100, so the price of this thing. And if you're wondering, there's the model number. And what they'll do is they'll make up their own cable and they'll put it on there. So if they're going to DIY it, I figure I'll DIY it myself. Now, when it comes to repairs and such, there we go. Surprisingly, my search online found that this is remarkable. Well, this brand's remarkably repairable. And I know some people are probably going to chuck a wobbly about the fact that, it's got these weird ass screws, but truthfully, I find them a lot more secure. Less likely to break, unlike your Phillips or whatever. I also didn't find a YouTube video that specifically showed this model. or a similar model in English of someone pulling this apart and fixing it. So hopefully my video will get seen by a lot of people. And then the shame that is my YouTube channel is shared with everybody. Fun. Now there should be one more screw. Oh, she good. Got it. Oh, wow, that literally just pops right off. Damn. Okay, so I am going to try and... Oh, I don't need to, actually. I'm going to try to secure those screws, but... Wow, something is keeping that... Oh. Hang on. Wow. Wow. So that's a handle, so that's at least something easy to put back in. Wow, that's... Damn. So for a vacuum cleaner, this is different. Or at least from my experience with others in the past. Wow. Now, I will say this capacitor here, what do we got? We've got an X2K 275 volts. Now here's the important part, 0.22 UF, and then it's 40-100-21-C. This is Australia. Now that's in case this completely shits itself and has blown its ass or exploded. I have seen motors where that does happen, and if so, you know, generally easy to replace that. And the lugs on here are what I was expecting, hopefully. So what I've got is a couple of these. Ooh, perfect. Perfect, I guess the size of that. Yeah, I did some prep work with some connectors, so there's that. I will say this is definitely attaching a real pain in the ass, and that must be a... Why does that go off like that? To that... Weird. So, what I need to do is remove the electrical cable, which is this. And it's secured in place here. Okay. Wow, that dust gets in everywhere. So it looks like blue plugs into here. Brown plugs straight into the switch. Right. Okay, my first thing is to reassemble this once I get this out. So you. Now the brushes on this are even exposed. You could actually do a deep clean of this thing. Yikes. So what happens when you tip the machine, this pushes up and it stops the machine from, it stops the vacuum from sucking, and that allows, then you have to turn it off, wait for that bit to fall back, and you can turn it back on again and start using it. Oh. Okay, I'm happy with that. Sort of. Right, here's what I got. Now, because the part's not replaceable, and I'm not going to screw around too much, I just bought myself an extension lead. And I'll be using that to replace the cable. Now, I thought I would just cut it off here, but then I realized that I may have a future project and I could use something like this. So I'm going to cut it off here. There we go. Now I'm going to nip this off here. And then I'm going to pull this out. And that's dealt with. I don't want you falling apart again. Wow, this is so simple. I got to give Karcher points for that because this thing's really repairable by the looks of things. Oh yeah, she'll fit. Now I can pull out this blue cable and I can go from here to here. Probably shouldn't twist it like that. There we go. Now I'll leave out that and I'll grab my lugs. There. Oops. That's better. And I'll do the same with blue. Now I had to watch a YouTube video last night on how to use crimps. Oh, this is a kinetic chrome. So it turns out an electrician at a previous employer's house left this around. They left it there. They didn't come back like, what was it, like 7 months later. So I asked if I could have it and they're like, yep, whatever. So thank you, random electrician from my state. I really love these. These are amazing. Oh, I forgot. Wow, I did not do as much explanation to this as I thought I was. Oh well. I'll say this, it was really heartbreaking to see just how badly this thing had been destroyed. It's at the point where I wish people would treat things with better care, but they just don't. I've got a Karcher myself that I've been abusing for years, and it took several years before it needed this part to be fixed, this particular job to be done. And for that to be the case, it's just disheartening to me. It really is. I mean, the one I used where it broke was here. So all someone had to do was cut this off, the plug, and she was good. And, replaced it, of course, but once it was replaced, it was all good. But that took years and years, and this one, it's only like 12 months old. Now, these were lugs that had a shield around it, and I just sort of ripped it off for this particular video. And as I understand it, there's an extra coating on here which I couldn't take off. But the joint is always at the top, which I can see. So I'm going to flip this upside down. And then I'm going to use this. Oops. Just bring it in like that. Is that the correct size? No, this one is. All right. So that means I have to put that up that way. And about there, and crimp. Okay, done. And then I'll use my heat shrink. No, I'll do the other one first. Same dealy. Slip right in. Done. Oh. So maybe will it fit in here? Yeah, probably shouldn't do that, but kind of want to get this heat shrink over, which I'm not. Oh well. Oh well. So I'm going to run this through here now. I'm going to leave this earth attached, but I'm going to wrap it up a bit and sort of just leave it floating, which I shouldn't, but whatever. Ooh, now I can shove it in between here. Secure that there. Channel this through here. And I need the blue lug. Your tweezers. It's not necessary for this, but there we go. So that's the blue wire. And I'm going to connect you through here and then onto there. Ooh, that came back too much. Ooh, snapped in. Good. Nope. Yeah, that's not good. That's definitely not good. Alright, so let's take the switch out. There we go. And I'm going to do the same thing on this. Yank that out. And then install this one. Yeah, it's clearly not designed for that lug. Oh, that time wasn't. I'm going to have to do it, aren't I? Damn it. All right, that's not going to work. Okay. That's. Yes. Perhaps just a wee bit too much carbon. There. I'll put that upside down. And she's on. All right. Plug this in. Wait. I'll unplug it. So I'm going to partially reassemble this thing. Oh, that must be for anti-statics. It looks like there's a resistor in there. All right. So I'll just lock that in like that. Put this back on top. Yeah, I'm only doing that once. Plug you back in. And there she goes. Now, I'm going to unplug it. I'm going to put that back. And then I'm going to put this on top. So when it comes to disassembly, definitely take this off and it just pops out through here. So first off, undo those screws, these ones. When you take this off, it's all going to fall apart. Don't panic. Make sure you pop this off and keep it somewhere safe. Make sure you don't lose these, and yeah, so I'm not 100% happy with that because really this should be on it. So bend that, and I'll bend this one up. There, that's better. I mean, it's got a bit of an air gap, but really I should be reinstalling this protective lug. I will first put back on this, which it just keeps the cable under tension. So it's like a strain relief, like that. Okay. Uh-oh. So my guess is it's supposed to go along this channel like that. Now I can put this back on. This has to come back and those have to go through there. That's fine. Nothing to fret about. That should be fine there. That's in its off position. Oop. That's in the off position. And I'm going to put the top back on. Oh yeah, that's a lot easier. Now I'm going to flip it upside down. And I'm going to reinstall the screws. Oh! I gotta stop. I need to stop. I mucked up. Don't forget to put on the side hinges. Or whatever these things are called. Now I'm checking to see that the seam is practically in place, and it looks like it is. I never would have guessed you had to remove that. I should have kept the insulation on those bloody lugs. Man, what a waste last night. Alright, so these go back on. You know, now I think about it, I should have really done something to have secured that earth line, because technically it is neutral, but damn it. Alright. I think I got all that in place. Except for that one. Geez, this is what they charge like $70 for. Yikes. All right. Still a bit stressed, so we won't shove that in correctly just yet, but I'm going to give it another test. Plug it back in. Give it a few moments and it should just drop. There we go. Good. I'm happy with that. Push you on. Now, did I seal that correctly? Okay, so my self-review. I screwed up royally by not setting the wire in properly, so that's a shame on me. I should have secured the earth line proper, but I didn't. Leaving this off was a big no-no. While there is heat shrink over the lug, well, this is what I'm referring to, the lug, I'm still not 100% happy with that. 5 meter cable's probably not a good idea. I should have probably gone with 10, but all this is just an extension lead, a stock standard extension lead that set me back, how much was it? Kmart, $6.50. Now this takes out anything that might have been wrong with DIYing a cable, and yeah. So I just hope that doing the assembly while I was putting the screws in isn't going to work. It isn't going to cause any issues. Now this is the cheap model for it, but see, the problem is this can pop out at practically. What is it with this side? I'm going to make an assumption, but out of the factory, I'm pretty sure that handle isn't supposed to be so loose. So I'm guessing someone's yanked on that and it's busted it up, which is not good. Yeah, so thicker extension lead. Hopefully it'll last longer than the original. But yeah. So I'm hoping to put a lot of use to this thing. I really am, not just cleaning. But the trick with this machine is that it both sucks and it blows. You stick that in the arse end of it and you've got an air compressor, almost. I mean, you won't get the same sort of oomph out of it, but you need to do a bit of blowing, like for melting aluminium. Problem solved. With that, I'm going to say yibbity-yibbita.